Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. It is July 18th, 2019, and it is time. No more days until The Lion King. The Lion King in theaters today. Locally, I know it's being shown, the first showing at 6 p.m. I will not be partaking in the first couple of viewings. As I've mentioned, my plan is to go Monday. I think there's an 11 o'clock or an 11:40 because they have 3D and regular, and I'm okay with the regular. So that is my plan. Are you planning to go see The Lion King over the weekend? If you are, let me know. Let me know what you think. Give me a review. Don't spoil it, though. I don't want to know how it ends. I'm kidding, of course. We all know how it ends. So, very exciting day. It's finally time for The Lion King. Here's another thing about Beyonce that I just want to mention. Have you noticed all of these people doing interviews for The Lion King? And Beyonce is not one of them. She did partake a little bit in the special that they had on TV on Tuesday, where she was interviewed solely, where other people were interviewed with other voices from the film. So does she do these films with the theory that, well, I'll do your little film, but I'm not going to do any press for it? Like I said, she just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I think that she's fantastic. I think that she's worked really hard her whole life. I think that she deserves everything that she gets. I just think she's a little arrogant. That's all I'm saying. I guess that happens when they call you Queen Bee. But anyway, moving on. I did make it to the gym yesterday. This is what I'm talking about, people. I have a problem actually forcing myself to go to the gym. It's just the getting there part. Once I'm there, I'm fine. One of my problems is the gym is a little too far away from my house. Now, when I signed up for the gym, I was working, and I would stop on my way home from work because it was in between work and home. It's not terribly far, but it's a little far for a gym. It takes me about 15 minutes to get there, and then, of course, it takes me about 15 minutes to get home. So there we've got a half hour in travel time just getting to and from the gym. So I had been slacking, like I was telling you last week, and I'm not that worried about my lower body so much because I do bike ride all the time, but when you bike ride, you use the same muscles over and over again. So I really did need to get a lower body workout in to try and, again, keep up with all the hard work I've done since January. So I went to the gym yesterday, and I'm sure that most trainers would tell you not to do what I did. But I did it anyway because I had a feeling I was not going to make it back to the gym. So I did my arm workout, and then I did my lower body workout. I did them both on the same day. Now, they're all opposite muscles, so I don't think that it was a huge issue. I don't know. You're supposed to do them on separate days. I didn't do any cardio at all. I just did my strength training. So I'm glad that I got it in. There was this one musclehead at the gym yesterday while I was there. He was walking around with his headphones on, and he's going from machine to machine, and I was trying to walk behind him, trying to get around him to get a piece of equipment. And unless he has absolutely no what's the side vision? Not perpetual. Why can't I think of it now? You know what I mean, the vision from the side. I don't know why I can't think of the word right now. I'm old, people. I'm old. So he had to have seen me trying to get around him. Does he slow down? Does he speed up? Does he move out of the way? Nope. Just keeps walking around like he owns the gym. So then I was at a piece of equipment right next to him, and he's a grunter. He's doing his exercise. Yeah, no thank you. Can you hold it in a little bit? This is one of the good things about the gym that I go to. Not a lot of muscle heads. There is another gym that is close by that I used to go to when I first moved here that are nothing but muscle heads. And predominantly members of the police force here in town. The main reason I don't go to that gym anymore is because they've changed hands so many times, but they always, I guess, just bought the old place's equipment. So old and so disgusting. I didn't even want to touch the dumbbells and the barbells. They just looked gross, like corroded and grody and ugh. So I used to go to this gym and I wouldn't even do strength training because I was afraid to touch the weights. And that's why I love my new gym, because it's brand new and everything's still fairly clean. So I got both of my workouts in yesterday, and I might be able to squeeze in a full body workout, which I can do from home. I always say that I'm going to do that, but I don't. Maybe I will this week. Maybe I won't. But I feel really good that I got both my lower and upper body workouts in for the week, and now I don't have to worry about it until next week. Like I said, I don't even care if I continue to build my muscles at this point. I just want to maintain what I have getting through the summer. I don't want to lose everything that I've gained. So this is what I'm talking about. Get it in any way that you can. So it was either me doing both sets of body parts yesterday or skipping one for the week. I chose to do them both on the same day. I think it's okay. That's the way I was able to work it out. I got it in. If my trainer is listening and she has an issue with that, I'm sure I will hear about it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. We will see. What else did I want to talk about today? Oh, speaking of the gym, I'm so excited. I went out with a group of girls last night, and these are all my hood girls. I call them my hood girls because they're from the neighborhood. And one of them came up to me and said, I wanted to let you know that I made an appointment with a trainer for this week. I've signed up for 3 training sessions, and it was inspired by me. I'm making a difference. Yes, all last week we were talking about health and fitness and how important it is to strength train and to get your body to a point where it's strong and it can be resilient to injuries that seem to creep up as we age. It's so important to keep your body in good form. And I told her, I said, this is great. And 3 appointments are perfect because the first appointment, they're pretty much going to just do an assessment, see where she's at, what she's capable of, what she can do. And then I told her for the next 2, tell them, I want to be able to do a program on my own. So figure out program, show me how to do it, one that I can follow along with by myself. Make sure to ask them how to hold the equipment properly and all of that kind of stuff. It's very important to be holding it right because you could potentially break your wrists and stuff if you're not holding the barbells correctly. So this is what I always say. There are 2 expensive items in life that are totally worth the money. Trainers and therapists. They're worth it. They're an investment in you. One is in your body, one is in your mind. So when it comes to the trainer, like I said, you don't have to go to a trainer every week. Have them do a program for you. It will be well worth it. And then you don't have to pay every time anymore. So I wanted to talk about this Face app that everybody is doing, the one that ages you. Just a little heads up. These are fun, and that's what they're intended to be. Well, I think that's what they're intended to be. They're fun. I don't know if I really want to see myself aged. I was tempted to do it. I didn't do it, and this is why. You are giving the app permission to download all of your pictures, all of your friends' pictures, all of your information. It's the same thing with these quizzes that you take, to find out, well, what rock band are you? Or, who's your guardian angel, whatever. They're downloading all your information. Now, I realize we have very little privacy as it is anymore. And a lot of people don't care about their privacy. You really should. You just, I don't like being watched. I don't like being followed. I feel like Google follows me. I'm looking for something on my iPad. I got to work the next day, and I see ads for that pop up on my computer at work. I still don't know how they know that it's the same person because it's a different login. It's like a completely different thing. It's creepy to me. It's very creepy to me. So everybody's doing the Face app now where you age, where it ages you for you, and you get to see what you look like as an older person. Just be aware that it can... They're even talking about how the Russians are behind it. I don't know if I would go that far, but something to keep in mind. That's all I'm saying. All right, I got a little tick on my throat. I'm going to have to take a little sip of coffee. Good. Okay, now I wanted to talk about the topic of the day. We went on a sunset cruise yesterday, me and the girls in the hood. The girls of the hood. We went on the Black Pearl, matey, and it was really a lot of fun. It's really a very cheap fee, in my opinion. I've done these before. There was a couple, I don't think it was last summer, maybe the summer before, we went on the Miss Barnegat Light for a sunset cruise. And that's at the very end of the island in Barnegat Light, hence Miss Barnegat Light, right by the lighthouse. And that one took us out in the ocean, which was really pretty cool. Now, this one was out of Beach Haven, and it just really went in the bay. It didn't go out into the ocean at all. But this one was like a party-like atmosphere. They had music, there was dancing, they did like the line dancing and stuff. Excuse me. And we had a really good time. We had gone to dinner beforehand. We didn't get to see the sunset because it was cloudy. That's okay. It's all right. There's probably going to be some nasty storms today, and I'm supposed to be going to a concert, an outside concert by boat today. And I'm a little nervous that it's not going to go off at all. I was on a boat last night. I guess I can't complain. But I do always have always thought that I preferred the sunset over the sunrise. One of the reasons is I see a lot more sunsets than I see sunrises. And you would think that wouldn't be the case because I get up so early. But, I've always lived closer to the bay, which has the sunset. When I first moved to Long Beach Island, I was right on the bulk of the bay. And I used to sit out there in the evenings and watch the sun go down. And it was very nice, very quiet, very peaceful. Because it was at my house. I just went in my backyard. I'm no longer in a position to do that. This is one of the things I miss about the old place. We had rented a place for a couple of years before we bought our house here in Beach Haven West. And we had afternoon sun at that house. And we lived by the park. So as the sun went down, it went down over the park. So it looked like it was just going down into trees. So still a pretty cool scene. Now, I don't even see the sunset most of the time. And if I do, I have to go out to the front of the house, which I very rarely do, just to kind of hang out. And then it's going down over houses, which not really the same type of view. Same thing with the sunrise. I get a pretty good sunrise out my back door, but it's coming up over houses rather than water. And here's the interesting part about this topic that I raised. I would have to say about 80% chose the sunset. And like I said, that's always been my first choice. I always prefer the sunset over the sunrise. But I got a couple of interesting responses to this. And I wanted to talk about them because they're pretty cool. And I think that my sister-in-law really kind of hit the nail on the head. She said, I love both sunrise alone and the sunset with hubby.